a smile from cheek to cheek. Get feeling fancy. That's where I'm gonna be. 'Cause now I'm shining, I'm hiding. I got a good thing on me. No, I can't hide it. There's nothing up my sleeve. Oh, I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. Anything can happen, anything can happen, anything can happen, yeah, anything, yeah, anything, yeah, anything can happen, anything.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you so very much for joining us tonight. And we know that the most precious commodity you have is your time. So we appreciate you giving us your time this evening. We're only going to keep you about 30 minutes. For those of you who don't know me, I am the ever joyful, energetic, running on faith, intelligent Jerry Lina Rocho from Cape Coral, Florida. I'm a senior sales director with Mary Kay, and I am so excited for you to join us tonight. And I'm just going to set the agenda for us tonight before we get into the rest of it. I want to thank you for whoever invited you. We want to know about you. Who invited you to this event tonight? So put in the comments who invited you and where you're watching us from. Because I'm from Florida and you're going to hear some people are from other places in this country. We want to know where you're watching us from. We would love to get everyone, all across the country onto these little videos that we do. I think it would be fantastic. These little events that we do. But the agenda for today is we're going to share a little bit about our company information. You're going to hear some product information, and then you're going to hear a story of inspiration and hope from our fabulous guest speaker. But first, we want to share a little company information.
We believe passionately in entrepreneurial fire, in giving everyone, everywhere, the chance to do their best and feel even better. We believe in you. We're here to empower every beautiful dimension of you. And at Mary Kay, we know we've all got a few things in common. We're all worthy of a community that understands us. We all deserve flexibility, and we should get to run our day instead of it running us. So maybe that's what brought you here to get to know us. Mary Kay has been a groundbreaking, trailblazing company for more than 60 years, and we follow in the footsteps of the original beauty influencer. Like many women in the 60s, Mary Kay Ash was not treated fairly in the workplace, so she made a change and founded a company that gives everyone the opportunity they deserve. Today, Mary Kay continues to be family-owned and continues empowering others in more than 35 countries. We are a company driven by the idea that you can do what you love, be who you want, and earn extra income on your terms. Our idea is powerful in its simplicity. First, Mary Kay creates hundreds of products that people crave. And yes, we win industry awards. Conduct 500,000 tests a year for safety, quality, and performance. Hold more than 1,600 global patents. And products are made in our own global manufacturing and research facility. Because what gets us really excited is how much people love our products. Because your confidence is our obsession. Next, we keep the business model beautifully simple too. Independent beauty consultants are 100% independent business owners. They buy directly from Mary Kay, then sell directly to customers to earn money. That's it. No wholesalers, no middlemen, no one holding them back, period. They enjoy the flexibility to work a Mary Kay business a lot or a little at parties, online, and on social, all while learning life skills from others and getting digital tools to help along the way. And if they're ready to lead a team of their own, they can drive the business as far as they want. Beauty consultants have one of the highest profit potentials on product sales in the world. Plus, at Mary Kay, they are always celebrated. Small wins are recognized, and big accomplishments are richly rewarded by a community of entrepreneurs and corporate employees around the world. Working together, We've also built a long history of giving. Mary Kay and its 4 company-sponsored foundations has given more than $200 million in monetary and product donations since we began tracking our philanthropic efforts. We support life-saving research and survivor empowerment with more than $24 million awarded to cancer research innovation from the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. And we strive to protect the environment by planting more than 1 million trees, powering our global headquarters and manufacturing with 100% renewable energy, and achieving zero landfill site status in our global manufacturing facility. We are a brand with a purpose, and we hope you see the amazing potential we see for a bright future together. This is where you can come to thrive. This is where you can unleash your confidence. This is Mary Kay, empowering women entrepreneurs since 1963. Then, now, always.
Hey, then, now, and always. We're here for you. So don't forget to comment and share. You want to comment what it is that you liked about the video, what piqued your interest. And you also want to think about the purpose of Mary Kay, and how you can be a part. So like, comment, and share. I'm Alicia C. Dickerson. I'm from Estero, Florida. And I've been building my business since 2014, and I just absolutely love the history, the purpose, the product. And of course, we're going to introduce you to one of my favorites. It is the Instant Eye Puffiness Reducer. This little thing here, this little tube here that you can try with your beauty consultant will help you to reduce the puffiness that you have around your eyes when you stay up too late, you sit at the computer all day, all those things. So 96% of panelists who tried it say they saw a difference in just a few hours. So it works up to 6 hours. So that's, of course, a good night rest for some of us. So make sure you get with your consultant, and she'll show you how this works and introduce you to how much it costs. And I am going to turn it over to our guest, and she's going to tell us her favorite product.
Hey, I'm Heather Vanwell from Selby, South Dakota, and I've been building my business for 21 years as of Sunday, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to share with you our Soothing Eye Gel. You guys, I absolutely love this. It moisturizes, it soothes, it helps with puffiness and tired eyes. And I will tell you what, when you have a kid with allergies, I keep it in the fridge so it was nice and cool and just fresh. Just love how it goes on. I can put it on over my makeup, kind of call it like the blue pudding. It kind of feels nice and just fresh, but it does not take your makeup off when you put it even on top of it. But I love it. I wanted to just share that with you, and I hope you get to try it and love it too. Check with your Mary Kay beauty consultant. And now I get to pass it on to the beautiful Jerry Lynn.
Thank you, Heather. I have a story about the Indulge Soothing Eye Gel that saved my wedding day, but we'll keep that for another story and another time. I'm going to talk about our new antioxidant moisturizer. And our antioxidant moisturizer, you might say that's not new. Yes, it is. It was reformulated in September for our anniversary, our 60th anniversary. And the reason I'm talking about this is my husband actually said this is his favorite product. So this product improves skin firmness while boosting hydration. It re-energizes your skin's healthy glow. It boosts hydration for 12 hours. And it features our extensively researched and patented Time-Wise 3D complex. So you want to think about the 3 critical dimensions of skin support, and that is antioxidants. Antioxidants provide advanced environmental protection against skin-damaging free radicals caused by the sun and pollution, and they reduce free radicals caused by blue light by 29%. So blue light from your computers, from your tablets, from your phone screens, okay? That's causing aging, so protect your skin. Brightening. So A is antioxidants. B is brightening. Targets and helps promote a more even skin tone. And 3, collagen, helps support skin's natural collagen and elastin. Did you know that only 20% of most visible skin aging is from the natural aging process? The rest you can help protect against. And I asked my husband, why was this his favorite product? And he said, because I don't look 51. So that's his answer. There you go. It's keeping him looking young. So it is my honor and privilege to introduce our guest speaker. And let me see here. Okay, so Heather Vanwell. She is in biz. Oh, did you just say 21 years, right? So 21 years with Mary Kay. She began her Mary Kay business in January of 2003. She lives in the small town of Selby, South Dakota, that has about 650 people. So if you feel like you don't know enough people or there are not enough people in your town, I can't wait for you to hear Heather's story. She debuted as a sales director July 1st of 2006. She's earned the use of 10 career cars, including 2 pink Cadillacs, and she's made it into our national court of sales, which means she sold over $40,000 in a year 17 times, and 7 of those times were in the top 20. Her unit has achieved over $300,000 in sales that we called a unit club 11 times, and her highest was $450,000. She was Miss Go Give for her national area, which was the Underwood National Area in 2017. That means that she helps people regardless of whether or not she receives any kind of financial reward. And we have a goal that we strive to achieve every quarter called the Star Consultant, and she has done that 75 quarters. She not only makes it to the court of sales herself, but she teaches her ladies how to sell as well, her consultants in her unit. She's had 2 consultants in the top 20 for sales, including 1 in the top 3. Number 1 most improved for state of South Dakota in 2010. Her unit was number 1 most improved. And she is blessed by her family of wonderful men. And I got to meet Darren at leadership. It was so fun. So she has a husband, Darren, of 23 years, sons, Austin, who's 21, Logan, who's 19, and Dayton, who's 16. She loves all the little pink blessings that she gets to pass on every day and that come back into her life through Mary Kay and her faith-filled journey. And I'm going to bring her on the screen, but those are her accolades. Those are things that she's achieved. But I want to tell you who Heather Vanwell is as a woman. And you've probably heard a little bit through the accolades being Miss Go Give, but she has such a busy and full life. But she finds the time to help other people, to jump on calls just like this. I'm sure she has other things, a million other things she could be doing, but she has such a huge heart. And we actually met through a Bible study. So I know that her faith in the Lord is huge, and she just loves blessing others and being a blessing to others. So thank you so much, Heather, for being on this event for us. I can't wait to hear from you.
You're so welcome. Thanks for inviting me. And it was so fun to be able to get to be at leadership with you this past week here in Fort Worth. That's one of the things that I love about my Mary Kay business is my friends. But I'll just start, way back when, back in 2003, when I started, I have used Mary Kay since 1986, but nobody had ever shared that I could have the business for myself just as like a part-time, just to get it for my family, basically, because back then I was working 70 to 90 hours a week. We lived on a farm, so we had calves and cats and dogs and horses and all the good stuff. But I also did massage part-time. It was way more month than there was money, but it was just crazy, working. And, in the healthcare industry, you think your job's always needed. Well, we live in a little rural area. Our physician ended up getting a brain tumor away, so they closed our clinic. We all lost our jobs. I would never want that to happen to him, but it was honestly the best thing that ever happened to me, because that was a month before I was due with my second child, my second little boy, Logan. And I had been doing Mary Kay that year for about 10 months when his death happened. And I called my senior director after I bawled all the way home when they told us that we had 2 weeks left. And then, we would get literally a 2-week severance. But when you're 8 months pregnant and you're going to have a baby, and you can't really go out and get a job when you're going to get to have another 4 weeks off or 8 weeks off, whatever after that. So it was like, what do you do? So I called my senior director. I'm like, what do I do? And that was back, you guys, that was back before we had the flip chart or any of the extra virtual tools. We had no virtual tools back then. I didn't even have a computer that was hooked up. So she said, honestly, you just call somebody and ask if you call a friend, see if you can borrow their face, and you just bless them. And so I called my good friend, Dorothy Schneider. She was a retired farm wife, 76, you guys. And she came over and she said, you can practice on me if I can hold the baby. And so I let her come over. I pampered her with what I had, from my starter kit yet, and just had fun. And when we got all done, I just said, you can let me know if you want anything. You guys, I was so new to actually working it as a business. And she goes, oh, honey, I'll take it all. And I was like, I was shocked. And she goes, you don't understand. She said, I have been wanting to do something like this my entire life, but I could never see myself going to a place like Herberger's or somewhere else because I feel like I would be judged. She goes, I feel beautiful and I feel confident. And that was one of the things I thought, if I can make a retired farm wife that's 76 years old, beautiful and confident, I can do this. And so that's how I started my Mary Kay business. But the things that have come from that, you guys, I still continue to do massage part-time, but I got to work out of my home. My kids got to stay at home. They did go to daycare a couple days a week when I had a busier schedule or had to leave the house to do some things, because that's what I got to do. But it was just such a blessing. We made it work and got to be able to stay at home, got to go to all of my kids' events. And my boys are my why. We had a little surprise. Dayton was our third. In 2006, we found out that I was pregnant. And so we had another little one in 2007. But the best thing ever was I went to Career Conference in March of 2006. And I really hadn't seen the big picture until then, because I was just focused on, okay, I'm just going to make some extra money for my family. But when I went to Career Conference and I saw like these videos that they showed earlier of Mary Kay and the heart of Mary Kay, I've lived it live in person. I mean, you guys, there was a gal that was in a wheelchair and she was blind and she was in a red jacket, which meant she had at least 3 team members under her. And I thought, oh my goodness, what is my excuse? If she can do this, I can do this. And so I just got to call my director as I was leaving Career Conference. And I'm like, how do I do this even more? And we just set to work and just putting Mary Kay on my friends' faces and my family members and people. Then I got to meet people that I didn't know, but that became friends. And so it was just such a blessing. And I know I say that a lot, but it is. I feel like God has given me such an abundant joy of income and friendships and being able to be my own boss. So I went home, I got to work, and I started putting more Mary Kay on more faces and blessing new customers, and adding new team members. Like I called some of my friends, and I remember when I called my friend Darcy, I'm like, hey, I am having so much fun with this. Have you ever thought about it? And I shared more with her about the opportunity. And she's like, yeah, I've been thinking about it. And it was so cool because from there, I built my team. And then, so just being able to have new customers and build my team. We earned our first career car, which was a Pontiac Vibe back in 2006. And I just remember going to the dealership and signing. Back then you had to sign on 2 little dotted lines. Now it's only 1, but took my kids, and my senior director brought a flower or sent flowers and a little cake. And my kids were crawling around in the back seat. It was a brand new Mary Kay career car that our unit earned. And it was just phenomenal. But, and it's not just that, but the community, the faith first, family second, career third that Mary Kay stands for, the do unto others. Those are my principles too. I've always told my kids, you've got to make sure that you hold the door for other people. You say please, you say thank you. Those values are instilled in us. We get to pass those on to our kids and our family. So now, years later, we were able to help our kids pay for college, and actually just wrote a check for another $4,200 this morning and put it in my son's account so that he could go and put that towards his spring tuition. So what a joy. I mean, 20 years ago, if you ever asked me that, I would have been like, are you nuts? But now if I have a goal or my husband wants a tractor or something like that, I map it out and I write that down. And it's just fun to be able to see that goal. Your kids write their goals down and go after them, track their goals and have that. So, but going through hardships too, like I know the Mary Kay Foundation has been such a blessing with finding a cure, helping to find a cure for cancer and trying to make domestic violence non-existent, because it is a huge thing. But I loved it. When I found out that I had breast cancer in April of 2014, it was like, what do? I got cards from Mary Kay and from my Mary Kay sister directors. It's like a family. And so being able to having to go through that for 2.5 years, I had built up my savings with Mary Kay funds, and we paid off, after that. And that was our highest year, you guys, because I had to take a lot of other things off my plate, but Mary Kay carried me through that. And so that was just so fun to be able to meet people through that journey. And, I do feel that God gives us all these tools in this little toolbox. We just have to be able to reach in and grab them and use them. God, what else? There's so much from my business. Our home, we added on a beautiful addition to our home for my Mary Kay Pink studio, which I absolutely love. And my friend Jerry got to see the paint job of it. So it's fun to be able to pass that on too, and let people come in and enjoy that and have the pampering and have the fun. But Mary Kay Career Cars, Mary Kay Diamonds, being able to celebrate it, leadership, and have your friends there, have your family come with you to see that and to get to celebrate with you. The career cars that we get to drive, and our kids see that, so that they see the hard work that we put in that. But also, I know that one of the things that my boys love the most when they're home, I can cook for them. I can go to the rodeos. I can help, go over and clean their house, things like that. That's what brings me joy. And so I love that with the freedom and flexibility of my business, that's a huge thing for me, is the stability that I'm able to create through my Mary Kay business, but also the freedom and flexibility that I have to be able to work it around everything that I want. I make it faith first, family second, career third, not 33rd, but I love that I get those choices, and I will get out of my Mary Kay business as you would if you decide to get started. But I get out of it what I put into it. So I just remember that it was just, don't ask me to do anything. I'm just getting it for my family and me, to, hey, I need a little extra income, to, hey, now I need this as a full-time income. We are supporting my family. And now I know that after 21 years, we paid our house off the January of 2020 when the pandemic hit. We paid that off with my Mary Kay money. And my husband does have a great job, but he's happy to be like, girl, you go make as much as you want. That's good. So the support, the love, the friendships, the fun, Mary Kay always supporting us in everything that we do, and there for us. And I'll tell you what, the new website, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And being able to pamper women no matter where you're at, even virtually now. Look at this, we're virtual. Who would have thought 20 years ago? So thank you for letting me share my story. And I hope that this has blessed you in some way. So have an amazing day.
Wow, that was amazing. For those of you who've watched this, the consultants especially who've watched this time and time again as they were done on Wednesdays, get to see the lives of others, because we look at ourselves and we only see our director, but here you have another director who is basically living on a farm and using makeup to help people feel good about themselves. So you don't have to be all glammed up. You can just be an easy girl like me, and just like helping others feel good about themselves. And that's what you have shown, that you can come from any walk of life and do this business successfully and be able to put your life in the order that you want it to. When you work, you want to work. And we love what we do. So we thank you, Heather, for sharing with our audience the great things that can happen for them where they are. This could be a possibility for them. So we definitely want you to take a look at the video and tell us, comment, share, ask a question. We'll be happy to answer your questions as they arise, because we know you'll have questions. I had questions, didn't I, Jerry?
Yeah, a few.
So Jerry's going to tell us how you can get started, and your consultant can help you have a successful business as Heather Van Well.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we would love to have you join our pink bubble. That's what we call it, our pink bubble. But anyway, it's $35 to get started with a Mary Kay business. To me, that is crazy because I was just having a shoe emergency and I was trying to buy a pair of shoes. Let me tell you, I could not find a pair of shoes for $35. So this $35 could change your life. Okay. So what do you get for $35? You get a website that your customers can shop on and you get credit card processing and you get part of that beautiful you get access to a beautiful website that Heather just spoke about. Our company has invested so many millions of dollars into our IT support and into our website, which is our back office and how we maintain our office. So for $35 you get all of that. And then you get 2 weeks to just decide how you want to work your business. If you want to work your business virtually, as Heather mentioned, just from your computer, doing FaceTime, doing Zoom parties, or just going live on Facebook, or even just posting on Facebook. We have so many different ways now to work our business. You could do the $35 to get started. And then the $45 eStart Plus gets you samples that you can mail out to people and let them try the products in the comfort of their own home. And if you want to meet people in person and be able to share products with them in person, then the $90 Mary Kay Pro Start is where you want to be. And with that, you get over $400 worth of product inside a beautiful, it looks like a designer bag. It's fabulous. It says Mary Kay on it. It's fantastic. And just for $90, where could you start a business that could buy your husband a tractor, that could make the tuition payments for your son for just $125? That's all it takes to get started in this amazing company. So we want you to think about it and give it a really good thought of how your life could change if you decided to give this opportunity a try. And look at the girlfriends you get when you start your business, right? We have the best girlfriends in the world. And when I say world, Mary Kay is in 35 countries around the world. So now I have friends in Switzerland and Sweden, and I'm trying to think about Canada. Like they're all over, and it's so fun because they always invite you to come visit them. So that would be a goal. Work on a visit to your friend in another country. But there are 4 main reasons why women say yes to a Mary Kay business, and Heather really touched on all of them in her story. She talked about the freedom and flexibility to be there for her boys and husband. She talked about the income. Let's face it, who couldn't use a little more money right now? And our products. We just did our product commercial, each one of us those are our this week's favorite products, as Alicia loves to say, because we have so many products, we love them all, but we selected those for this week's broadcast. And then our culture. We are a company with heart. And you heard Heather talk about that with our, we want to end domestic violence and eliminate cancers that affect women. So there are a few reasons why women maybe get concerned about starting a business. And number 1 is time. You just heard Heather say she works her business really hard so she has time to be with her boys. So you truly are your own boss. You put in as much as you want, and you put in as much or as little as you want, honestly. If you just want to start like she did, just get your products at a discount. And then if your situation changes and you need a little bit more money, then you work a little bit harder. And then eventually, maybe you can leave your other JOB, is what we call it, the journey of the broke, because you only ever make as much money as you need to pay your bills. But when you work for yourself, you can have extra, okay? But if you love your job, you don't ever have to leave it. You can work Mary Kay on the side and just make a little extra vacation money. The second reason that women might be a little concerned about starting their own business is people. They want to know where they will find their customers. Okay, Heather lives in a town of 650 people, and she built her business before we were virtual, before the internet. It makes us sound so old, but it's true. She built her business with friends. So we teach you to work in your circle of influence. Okay, who do you know? And some people think they're not the sales type. We're not looking for sales typey people. They're kind of creepy and aggressive. We're looking for women with big hearts who want to help and bless other people. And the last reason, the real reason women don't start a Mary Kay business is fear. They are afraid. But let me let you in on a little secret. Fear and excitement are both emotions based on the unknown. One holds you back, and the other one launches you forward. You're so excited to see what is going to happen in your life. So the 3 of us prefer that you ask yourself, what if I succeed in this business? What kind of impact can I have on my family? How much money can I make? Who can I help? Who can I change? Whose life can I change? And then we have one more chance to get into the drawing. That's our buzzer. You have one more chance to get into the drawing. So give us a letter grade, A, B, or C. A is after hearing all this information, absolutely sign me up. I'm ready to take control of my future. B is buy me a cup of coffee. There we go. I'm like, I don't have my coffee cup this week. Buy me a cup of coffee. There, thank you. Is that John Wayne? That's hysterical.
That's the other man in my life.
I love it. I love it. Buy me a cup of coffee. I have a couple questions and I'd love to get the answers. And C is I'm a very happy customer, but I'm so glad to know all this information so I can possibly send people to my consultant who would be great on her team. So again, A, B, or C, put it in the chat. We would love to hear from you. And thank you so much for your time this evening. We hope you have pink thoughts. Good night.